Okay, welcome. I want to show you the tip on the advanced controllers. Siemens, I think the one which is which we have in our factory. That is Siemens 828D for turning and also for milling. How do you use this controller? The basic tips on how to use this controller, or so that you are able to understand in case you are transiting from the lower version to higher version controllers, you're able to know how to use these controllers. It may have some changes. Maybe I'll only show you the key changes on these controllers, a few changes for both lathe and milling, so that you are able to understand how to transit between the two controllers. So this is a controller which you can configure to our machine, then we use our laptop to run. So this is the controller, how it's look like. First of all, once you switch on, you switch on the machine from the mains at the back here. So you need to switch on the controller. Currently, the controller is off. So how do you do it? Ensure that you switch on the controller. Release the matches button first, then click the green button for the switch power on. Once it's powered on, you can put the flash here for the program in case you have a program on the flash, or you can connect using your LAN cable. But on this, the basic tip I want to show you is how to switch on the machine, then how to activate the machine so that you're able to use the control. Currently, if I click any button here, I can't use any button here, for example. It cannot move. Why? Because this is an advanced controller, Sinumerik 828D basic. We also have what we call Sinumerik 828D advanced. For the basic, even advanced, you have these features that you need to activate. So the first thing you need to activate, once you switch on the machine and you release the matches button, you need to activate what you call spindle start button. So you click on spindle start button. Sometimes when you click on it, it doesn't activate. Click reset button so that you can reset, then you activate it. Next is also activate what you call feed rate start button. Feed rate start button. Once you activate it, then you're able now to go to your home your machine, either using machine code system MCS or workspace code system. The button is here. You can transit through them. Here, the button is here. You see. Then if I click on home, then I can come to Z. You click on Z. Once the machine goes away. If I come to Y, X, I click on Z. It's for a positive. You home using the positive. So it is X and Z because this is LED machine. So you are homing using Z, X and Z, but positive values. So now the way you see this icon, it means the machine has been homed. Once you finish that, you're able to create the tools. For example, you can try to jog, then you click on offset. You can go to tool list. Here, all the tools are here. You have to number 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have this tool, maybe roughing tool, finishing tool, twist tool, and whatever, you can come to tool. For example, this tool, you can create a tool. You can put the tool management. You can add a tool on the list. If you have those tools, you can add those tools on the list. All the tools you want, you can add them on the list. And then, for example, this tool, for example, I can show you the list of the tools here, offset, list of the tools. So you have this roughing tool, and then we have finishing tool, then you have twist, which means it is a drill bit, which category. So let's create the tool. Maybe these are the tools which are there. How can you create a new tool? You just click, um, you go to the position you want. For example, number 5 here, move like this, using this, and then click new tool. You pick the category of the tool you want. For example, if it is roughing tool, if it is finishing tool, plunge tool, that is like grooving and threading. Sorry, grooving tool or parting off tool, then threading tool, button tool, that is the round tool, rotary tool. You click on tool you want. But already we have these tools. So what we want to do is let's go to our magazine here, tool management. Then we are putting the first tool. It's roughing tool. For example, external turning tool. Let's say that one. Then you add or turret number 1. Then you come to the second tool, finishing tool. For example, if we have a finishing tool, external tool. For example, this is a finishing tool. Let's assume this is a finishing tool. You can add the second turret position number 2. Then next is drill tool. For example, if you have the drill tool, you can add your tool here if it is there, for example. But let me use the next tool is threading tool. For example, that is external threading tool. If it is there, you can put, for example, then you can add to the turret. Let's say number 4. like that. So the tools will be arranged here. Click OK. Tools will be arranged here. These are the tools now. You see, we have arranged our tools on the tool magazine. So this is the tool magazine. So all of them have been now arranged on the tool magazine. So once you do that one, you're able now to align your tools. For example, I want to load my tool now on the to activate my tool. To activate my tool, what do? I click on the machine, then TSM, then I can say I'm using tool number. Then here I can say tool number 1, for example. Click input. Here input. I go to next. Maybe I can say 3000 speed input. Then I go to next. Maybe I can say select this. Then I can close the door. Once I close the door, I click cycle start, and the tool will load. I can also still go and pick second tool, number 2 input. Then I can now click cycle start. It changes here. You see, I can go pick tool number 4, for example, number 4 input, then cycle start. It changes. You see, I can go pick tool number 1, input, then cycle start. It changes. You see how it changes. Very simple. If I want to stop, I just click the reset button. Then the machine stops. So this is how you can use your machine. The tip for using Siemens 828D. Let's go to the second for milling. You can check a milling machine. How do we use this milling machine if you're using a new controller called Siemens 828D milling machine? So what is the basic difference and what is the hint behind these controllers? So I want just to bring to you the on how to use these controllers. Maybe you're using a Siemens 808 or 810, but what is the difference between Siemens 808 and Siemens 828D? I know you have advanced controllers like Siemens 840 or Sinumerik 1. I'm just demonstrating using Siemens Sinumerik 828D. So let's also go to Sinumerik 828D for the milling. We see the tip on how to use these controllers. When you're able to maneuver through these controllers, it is very easy for you to use any controllers that comes out along the way. Because there are only few changes they do advance, so it's good for you to also to advance your skills every time you buy a new controller. So the first procedure is ensure that you put the power from the main switch. Normally the power for the machine here at the back, you switch on. Once you switch on, release the emergency button and then switch the controller on. Once you switch your controller on, ensure the first thing, the tip that you need to do, the basic tip you need to do is to activate this, what you call spindle start button and the speed rate start button. Once you activate on this, you can pick this is for the locking the program. For the safety part of it, you can pick which is manual, automatic, and also you're able to lock the program. But ensure that these buttons are active. If they're not active, you will not be able to use this controller for Siemens 828D. Ensure that these buttons are active. That's okay. Click a reference now, Z, then you start with Z, it goes home, you go to Y, it goes home, you see. That is what we call referencing. Then press X, it goes home. I know if you're using a physical machine, you're able to click both of the axes and they can go home. For example, X and Y and Z at the same time. They can go home at the same time. Once you home the machine, now the same procedure is to kill the tool. For example, offset, you're able to come here, you kill the tool. For example, here we have this tool number 1, tool number 2, number 3. And maybe if you click on the machine mode, then remove this one, you're able to see that this tool number 1 is here. So which means the tool which has been loaded is tool number 1. I can also go to a tool offset. I can want to check the tool list. For example, the tool which is loaded is the tool number we have tool number 1, number 2, number 3. Maybe I can go to tool number 2. Maybe I create a new tool there. I can say maybe I want end mill, for example, or cylinder drill. I can go to category number cylinder drill. Pick that one. Say okay. Then I can say, you see, it arranges itself. Then I can go like this. Say input. Then go alongside. The tool maybe is 5. I'm using 5 like that. I also want to coolant. Yes, coolant on both of them. I can go next, for example, to number 4. I say new tool. Which category of the tool? Maybe it is tapping tool or end mill steel. I can go to end mill diameter. For example, I pick end mill, but which diameter? I click insert. I go to which diameter? Maybe, for example, diameter 20, for example. Then I click input. I activate my coolant here. And then Once I create these tools, I can go to machine operation, tool management, then I can pick any tool I want here, then I put on the management. For example, tool number 4, we have tool number, we have center drill number 2 and number 4. Center drill and end mill, center of 4 and end mill of 10. Maybe I can say I want a center drill here, diameter is 4. I can double click on it to change the parameters here. For example, this center drill diameter is 4. So you check on which diameter you want to change. Diameter is here. So you can change the diameter. It is giving you all this. Then I can keep this or add to number. Center drill is number 2. I can maybe add number 2. For example, it goes number 2. Then I can add another end mill, flat end mill. How many diameter? 20. I can change here, say 20. Okay. Then I can add number 4, for example, to section number 4, click OK. All these tools, if you see, they are arranged. You see, these tools are arranged here. Tool number 4, like that. I can also add another tool, for example, and the tool magazine, let it load because it's adding all the tools here. The first tool is diameter, any diameter. For example, can also add another tool. Let me add that tool here. Another end mill, for example, flat end mill, then click on it, diameter 10. Let's say this diameter is 10. I can add, say, carbide, for example, then add that tool to magazine number, for example, number 1. Number 1 is already existing. Number 2, you see, it tells you that the tool is already existing. Number 3, so that's the beauty of it. Number 5, you see, the tool is already existing. Number 6, you see, number 7, you see. So that one, which means the tool is already there, so you cannot add that station. That's the beauty of these controllers. They are very unique. So once I've added a tool, I can load the tool now. I can go to machine, then I come to what you call TSM. I say here I'm not using tool name, but I'm using tool number. Then I come here, say number, let's say currently is 1, so here I want to put number 2. Then I come here, say let's say 5,000 speed for the purpose of warming the machine. Then I say clockwise. I close the door. I can minimize this so that people can see how it changes. Yes. Then I can click this cycle start. Then I can come back here. I put number 2, cycle start. You see? Here, speed, I can remain 3,000. Clockwise, cycle start. Can come back here. Number 4, input, clockwise, cycle start.